So good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's very first IMPiLO call. My name is Nick Pappas. I'm coming to you from Johannesburg in South Africa. And with me tonight, I have a very special lady, Cheryl Ziervogel. She's from Cape Town. She's also my co-host tonight. And we are launching our very first IMPiLO Thursday. IMPiLO in Zulu, one of the languages. We have 11 official languages in South Africa. One of them is Zulu, and the IMPiLO word means health. So, you know, with health comes wealth. So what we want to do with our IMPiLO Thursday calls is dive deep into a product. So we're going to start with a product. And every last Thursday of the month, we're going to introduce, well, we're going to talk about another product. And then as we go, we'll increase the chats. That way, we'll have the product knowledge. You know, we received the news today that Nigeria is pending. So Nigeria is on the taxi strip. It's left the parking lot. The plane is moving, and it's on the taxi strip there. The engines are running. So believe me, us South Africans have been there, done that, got the T-shirt. So it's not long. It's not long. So I've got goosebumps even telling you guys. So Nigeria is ready. Nigeria will have the product. And it's good, you know, it's good to know the product. It's good to know about the product, what the product does. Because at the end of the day, you know, the layman in the street, including me, we see IMPiLO, for example. IMPiLO, what is IMPiLO? IMPiLO's got vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc, and that's it. That's the layman's thinking. Digest assist. Digest assist got prebiotic, probiotic, blah, 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 and that's it. But we don't go into it. What does it do? And that's where Cheryl comes in. Cheryl is very schooled with this. She's a professional lady. She's a lot of titles behind her name. Nutritionist, I don't know. She's so educated with all this. I'm just the speaker. Yeah. So I'm the co-host. Cheryl is the boss tonight. And I'm going to bring Cheryl in now to talk about the product she's going to talk about tonight. And hopefully we're going to take away some nuggets. Get your pens and papers ready. Make notes, take notes, because the recording is on. It's happening. Show this to your people. It's not going to be a long Zoom. So we're going to dive deep. We're going to talk about a product. Cheryl will share it with you. And hopefully next month, we'll have invited our guests to come in and hear about the hero product. Because remember, you're the hero. People are looking for the hero. So we want to tell them about this product that's amazing. So Cheryl, welcome to the call. I'm honored to have you with me. I'm going to give the floor to you.
Okay, thank you, Nick. So let me just introduce myself, okay? I'm studying at the moment nutrition advisor through Blackford Institute, okay? But what I am is a homotoxicologist, a clinical therapeutic reflexologist, and I've also got diplomas in vacuflexology, acupuncture, cupping, and a lot of Eastern meridian therapies. Okay, so that's what I do. Homotoxicology is the study of residual poisons in the body. So the beautiful thing about looking at all the products that we have, it addresses the system in a synergistic way. So we all know what synergy is. One supports the other, supports the other. So I said to Nick, this platform, we're going to go, there is the hero's journey, which is in our back office. We can learn about it. Dr. Ginger has done, she's actually made everything perfect for us. She's the doctor. I'm not the doctor. She's the brains behind all of this, and whoever her team is. But what I can bring to it is just a little bit of a breakdown of these amazing products that she has put together. So I do a little bit of research, and then I couple it with my training in homotoxicology. Okay, so that's what I do. And I'm sure as this platform grows, we will have nutritionists and other healers. Rowie is very good. And then maybe even some chefs to come on board. We don't know. I think Nick has put something out that can really, really expand. So once we go through the hero's journey, what do? You get a transformation. And once you've transformed, you want to maintain it. And this is where I think IMPiLO will help the maintenance. Because when people go on weight loss diets or they have some health revolution, you're always looking to see how you can maintain it. Because lifestyle change is not easy and it needs to be sustained. So that's what I think IMPiLO is going to do. Am I correct, Nick?
100%.
I hope so.
100%. So if I could just come in there, Cheryl.
Yeah.
We have the Healthy Hero Journey Facebook page. Okay. Now, like Cheryl said, that page is your transformation page. So that's your transformation journey. Now, once you've done your transformation journey, it means your lifestyle has changed. And this is what we're trying to do, because we're gonna start the IMPiLO Facebook page. And on there, Cheryl, if you want to elaborate on that, on there, we're going to share so much more things. So go for it.
Okay, so on that page, we're looking at little recipes. We're looking at further explanation, further breakdown of the products. We're looking at people having maybe some testimonial to say that they've used this little advice they got on IMPiLO and it's helped them in this way. That would be wonderful, because that's what the aim of the page is. So let's just get into tonight's one about enzymes. Okay, so we looked at our Digest Assist, and Digest Assist is a beautiful one. It's got a broad spectrum. So what is a broad spectrum? The word itself says broad, covers all the enzymes in the body. So tonight, enzymes, what are they? Enzymes are catalysts, and a catalyst is something that goes, who knows what a catalyst is? Show me a one. Let's get interactive. Okay, if you don't know what a catalyst is, it's something that helps something change without going through a change itself. Okay, so that's nice, because we can all be catalysts for each other, help each other grow, but we don't have to change, but we can make someone else change. So the enzyme, there's the enzyme in the body. It's essential for the breakdown of protein, fats, and carbs. That's your basic food groups. And nature has made it that our own bodies can produce our own enzymes. And so what do we mean by breakdown? Let's say here's a brick wall, and you take out each brick out of that wall, and you take the bricks apart to build another wall. And that's what enzymes do. And we go into proteins first. It breaks proteins down to amino acids, and amino acids are the building blocks of your body. Without protein, your muscles will waste away, you won't grow. Protein comes from the Greek word protos, meaning, everything comes from Greece.
Everything
meaning
Greek.
It means first. Okay, so protein means first, and that's how vital, essential protein is for every being, every human being, or every living creature. Okay, so the amino acids get broken down. The next one is starch. So without an enzyme to break down starch, your body won't be able to break down starchy roots, starchy vegetables, grains, your porridge, or whatever grain, whatever starch there is, there's an enzyme to break it down. And then complex sugars. It needs to break down complex sugars into simple sugars so that we can use it for energy. And that energy is needed for the cells to do your daily tasks. And then the third one is fatty acids from fats, and they get broken down into glycerol or glycerine for energy. So where are these digestive enzymes produced? In the stomach, the small intestine, and the pancreas. And they all produce liberal amounts of the body's own digestive enzymes. But a wide variety of nutritional deficiencies. Now, we all know this. We take over-the-counter tablets, we get colds, we get flu, we have IBS. One of the big things that we hear all the time is gut dysbiosis, or IBS, or irritable bowel syndrome. Okay, and that is happening more and more because the lifestyle we live, poisons, toxins in the food, toxins in the air, late night circadian mismatch. You don't sleep early, we eat late. So it all, and stress and illnesses, but stress is a big one. It all disrupts the way the body produces its enzymes. And when that happens, then your food can't get broken down. So here's one very important thing that happens with the lack of breakdown. In this case, food that's not properly digested or absorbed, it finds the bacteria that's living in our system will feed on undigested bacteria. Okay, so when it feeds on undigested bacteria, undigested food, what happens? It grows. So that bacteria it forms, and it creates tremendous stomach disturbances. Now here's a very big one. We all know about histamine. Okay, and we know that when it comes to seasonal change, we get our noses run, our eyes tear, we have a lot of allergies, and people say, okay, go to the chemist and get an antihistamine. Okay, so an antihistamine will break down the histamine in the body. But how is that histamine formed? Firstly, histamine is a very important catalyst in the body. It helps when you get colds and flus, or you get a stomach upset. Your body says to the cells, hey, come on, get some histamine. And so it fires up the neutrophils, the cells, and it fires up the white blood cells to work. And so we get help, and the antigen or the germ is taken away. But when that food is not broken down in the body, that bacteria, the histidine turns to histamine, and that histamine, which is normally just only used to help us, it's now becoming far more than what it should be. So you get what you call histamine poisoning. So it's no longer just enough. I'll give you another example. When you get a cold and a flu, you get a little bit of a temperature, and that temperature is fine. It raises the heat in the body, and that temperature is okay. It helps to fight the germs. But when that temperature gets uncontrolled, the fire goes crazy in the body. Then you need to take something to bring it down. And that's when the body has what you call an autoimmune reaction. So the same thing with histamine. It's a normal and a valuable part as a neurotransmitter in the body. But when we have unbroken or undigested food, that proliferates. It makes that histamine grow even more. So do you see how vital it is for the food to be broken down in the digestive system, so that you don't get that leftover bacteria feeding on these parts of food that haven't been broken down? Okay. Then when you get these high levels of histamine, it starts to attack the body, and guess what we get? We have eczema, we have diarrhea, you have attention deficit disorder, you have all these modern day illnesses due to a lack of enzymatic production. So looking back at the importance of enzymes, we need to have proper, when you the one slide that I've got, Nick, it's can you move it where they chew it with that one? Okay, so the first one is salivary amylase, and that saliva breaks down when you put the food in your mouth and you start to chew. The saliva is very important to break down so that those particles can mingle in the spittle and then goes into the body, down the esophagus, into the gut. So digestion actually begins in the mouth. The next one is the pancreas, and we all had pancreatic insufficiency, insulin, because the pancreas produces a hormone called insulin. So if that pancreas enzymes are not working, what happens? Your insulin levels fluctuate, and that is also another precursor to diabetes. So digestion is a very, very important part. And here's another thing. Those enzymes are found on the lining of your colon, of your stomach, of your intestines. And what happens when we have a lot of stress, or we eat excessively, or we take heavy medication, or we are under some doctor's drugs or pharmaceuticals? if you take it on a constant basis, it eats the gut lining. And if that gut lining is destroyed, it's called the mucosa. When that mucosa lining is destroyed, what else do you think happens? The enzymes that are produced there are also destroyed, or it's not able to produce those enzymes. So, although enzymes are important, gut health is just as important. There isn't one thing that's not working in tandem with the other. Okay, so one of the things that I saw Dr. Ginger's done, she's put the pre and probiotic into the digestive cyst. And that's wonderful because the only thing that can stand up to the gut bacteria is the probiotic. And she's put it, you could take it separately. You could take probiotic apart from the digestive enzymes, but she's made it easy. So she's put a broad spectrum digestive enzyme. So all those enzymes that we need in our body, can be found in our little digestive cyst. Now I've put, to go into detail on this call, it's better that you have it on paper, and I've made a nice little, Nick's got it, and we can post it on the IMPiLO page. I've broken down all the enzymes and what its functions are. And you can see that Dr. Ginger has addressed all of that in the product. So we don't need to look for any extra enzymatic or any extra enzymes. She's got whenever you see broad spectrum, then you know it's got a real good tick, stamp of approval. And lastly, autoimmune reactions. People get peptic ulcers, they get, what is the other one? Lupus, they are diabetes, they are all called autoimmune diseases. And you can break it down to, firstly, how well is your food absorbed? How is your gut integrity? That means how well or how healthy is your gut? And if your gut is working well, then your brain will think well, because there's a connection. It's called the gut-brain axis. And that's not recognized yet in mainstream medicine, but it's in quantum medicine and now in homotoxicology. And there are a few doctors, if you just go onto Instagram, you type in gut-brain axis, and you will see more and more people, surgeons and doctors and therapists are seeing the connection with the bowel, with the stomach, to the mind. And that's another another story for another time. So I hope that helped a little bit. That's it.
Cheryl, absolutely amazing. Amazing. You know, and I want you to share with us. You were telling me how you use the digestive cyst, what you do with the cat.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Share that with us. Yeah.
Yes, sorry. You can, whatever your breakfast, I take yogurt, or if you have some cereal, a whole grain cereal, I open my digestive cyst and I sprinkle it on my food, and it actually can start the pre-digesting that way. You don't have to do it. That's what I do. So also, digestive enzymes is not something you want to live with. Okay, you want to get your body optimal so that you don't have to depend or rely on tablets, because remember, we can manufacture those products ourselves. Your body can do it. So your duty is to help your body to get to that level. And this will help to produce more enzymes. The purity will help to heal the gut. It's got aloe in it. Aloe is also very soothing. So the whole hero's journey is to get you to not be dependent, but to keep the products for when you feel, all right, so I've had, it's Christmas, or it's Hanukkah, or it's Eastern festival, and you overindulge. And then your digestive enzymes would be always a great standby. So, yeah.
Thank you, Cheryl.
I think that the big one to take away from here is that undigested food, which is not broken down by the enzymes in the stomach, can lead to bacteria, the bad, because we've got commensal bacteria in our body, good and bad. That's the way it is. And antibiotics tips the balance. So if you take any antibiotic, you destroy your good bacteria, the good flora it's called. And when that happens, then the bad bacteria overrules and it feeds. It's always looking for food. So it will feed on any digested food in the body. And that causes a histamine. It turns an ordinary histamine, which is normal, it makes it toxic. And that causes IBS, bloating, all the problems you have with indigestion. That's just the one thing I wanted to highlight. There's so many more, but this platform doesn't allow for it.
So
yeah.
Cheryl, and next month's our second IMPiLO next month. Are we going to discuss which one?
The hero, the purity that could help.
The purifier, the one on the screen, right?
Purify.
Yeah. So the next call in a month's time, I'll put that out there later, will be about the purify. I hope everybody found value. I certainly did. And we're gonna open about 5 minutes for any questions. If anybody's got questions to ask Cheryl, if we can't answer them on this call, we'll note them and we'll get an answer to you. But has anybody got any questions to ask? Don't be shy. Cheryl, you did it later.
I don't think questions are.
Uncle's got a question.
I don't think questions are needed.
Unmute, Uncle.
Oh, what you can do is we can look at the ingredients, the recipes to help digestion, because there are lots of things we can eat. Even Dr. Jean just put it there. Different foods that will help digestion. We can put that on IMPiLO.
Absolutely. And that page will be up tomorrow. Definitely be up tomorrow. Franco's got a question. Franco?
All right. My question is, if you do not have gut problems, will you still advise taking the Digest Assist? And how would it benefit you?
No. If you don't have a gut problem, why would you take it? Because your digestive system is working well. This is for people who absolutely need it. And the whole point of taking optimal wellness is to get optimal so you don't have to depend on it. But
all right, because you touched on all the benefits that it has, all the enzymes and all the good quality ingredients. But you do not have to take any if you do not suffer from any gut problems.
And no one can truly, and if you don't have gut problems, you're truly fortunate, blessed, because there's so many things out there that can disturb it. So if you've got a good, they call it the good gut lining or good integrity, which means you're either genetically blessed like that, or your diet is pretty good. But to some stage or sometime, we all tend to have some kind of gut imbalance or dysbiosis, to use that old-fashioned word, dysbiosis. So it's a good question.
After you had some fast food.
Yeah. Or here's another one. Histamine is actually found in foods that if you eat food and it's a little bit a day or two old and it's in the fridge and maybe a little bit of degradation, because food decays even in the fridge, and you eat that and you already got a weakened tummy, that can trigger a whole host of histamine reaction. So then that's your digestive enzyme would be of great help there. Yeah. It's the research I did. It's not from me.
Sarah's got a question.
Yeah. Hi. So obviously we're all connecting with each other over in Africa, and a lot of the people who I know, their diet is not particularly great. When I talk to them about, what they're eating during the day, so they're eating a lot of starchy foods. Would this help to balance everything out, the digestive?
Yes.
Because I mean, if they can't get like certain foods that are going to be more beneficial to their diet and to their body, that's why I was like, because sometimes we don't necessarily know we have anything wrong with us, but we're putting all these types of food in. So that's what
you will know if something's wrong. You will, because nobody as in body, I don't mean nobody. I mean, no body is that strong to not react. When you're a child, even children have that reaction. So the lifestyle we're living and the environment we're in And the food, we don't eat clean anymore. We can't. One of the things that's really hampers our digestion is lack of vitamin B, especially the complex, the whole group of vitamin B and omega-3s. And if you look at the ratio today of omega-3, it used to be 1 to 6. Now it's 20 to 6. And that's a big, and because processed food has taken over. So omega-3s are it's easily corrupted. So if you cook fish oils, it can be corrupted easily, and then it's no longer, it becomes inflammatory. So the omega-6, the omega-3s that we need today, where do we get it? In seafood. We don't eat enough of that. Another one is flax seeds. You know flaxseed?
Yeah.
You can get flaxseed oil, but flaxseed oil can go rancid quickly. So what I do is I grind my flax seeds and I sprinkle it in my food. I make some muffins with it, and that's another way to get omega-3s into your diet. Animals don't eat grass-fed anymore. So because they don't eat grass-fed, they're not getting that omega-3. So their fat becomes saturated with omega-6 fats, no more omega-3, because they fed grain. So do you see how none of us will escape the foods that we're getting today unless we're extremely vigilant, which is difficult. So the Digest Assist does just that. It assists.
Cheryl?
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
I have a question, Cheryl, in the chat here from Marika. She wants to know, can you use the Digest Assist together with the Purifier?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And remember what Dr. Jean just said, the Purifier is only for nine days. You can take Digest Assist every day until you feel you don't need it anymore. But the whole point is to change your lifestyle. And that's what your IMPiLO page is about. How we can look at what we do, not just diet, what we think, what we drink, how much outdoors do we spend. It's holistic. And we have to do it because your gut is your first line of immunity. Did you know that? So if that enzyme affects the gut and it can't break down, you can't get the nutrition into the cells. So your immunity, you can take all the medicines, all the immune boosters, but if that gut lining is compromised, then you're taking it in vain. But that's another topic called gut lining, and that's what pre and probiotics will cover.
Exciting. Okay, that's it. That's a wrap. Thank you very much.
That's all we need.
Thanks, Cheryl. Always a pleasure to hear from you. You're very, very knowledgeable, and we are very, very grateful to have you. And guys, that was the first IMPiLO. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The second one in a month's time. Remember, every last Thursday of the month, we're going to have the IMPiLO calls. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope it gave you guys the extra that we needed to learn about Digest Assist. Next month's the Purify. So I look forward to seeing everybody there. Invite your friends. Let's pack the house. Let's get this Zoom full. We want 100+ people on the Zooms. This is an important call. This is good for your whole team to know and to learn. There's a recording. I'm going to post the recordings. So good day, good night, good evening, and we'll see you guys again on the next call. Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks,
Good night,
Cheryl.
guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.